Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Hey guys, it's Robert from the College Investor here, and I am excited to talk to you today about student loan forgiveness for engineering majors. So, I love student loan forgiveness programs because there is nothing better than getting your loan forgiven. Even if you can't get all of it wiped off, every little bit that you can get towards your loan helps. So if you think the only way to pay off your student loans is by working them off over a number of years, you're going to be wrong, especially if you're an engineer. So if you're an engineer, you have a few additional options that some other students don't. In an effort to keep more engineering students in the fields, we've seen foundations and states and companies offering student loan debt repayment as an incentive. This means engineering graduates now have access to different debt forgiveness options and programs that other students in other fields won't have access to. So let's start with debt repayment assistance that are available with foundations. So we've gone out there and we've searched the internet and the world, and we have found that there are a few foundations that are out there giving student loan forgiveness for engineers. The Harold Alfond Foundation, which targets STEM students in Maine, will give, by working with companies in Maine, will give up to $60,000 in student loan forgiveness per recipient. And they've already paid off $685,000 in debt for 20 Maine students. So that is huge. If you are in Maine, they have a great program. Another loan forgiveness program available to engineers is the Higher Education Opportunity Act of 2008, and this program allows debt forgiveness up to $2,000 per year with a maximum of $10,000. According to the ACEC website, under the law, an individual will be eligible for up to $2,000 in loan forgiveness for each of 5 years of work in engineering or other designated fields. Only years of work completed after August 14th, 2008 will count towards it. So you can definitely get at least $10,000 there if you're working in the right field. North Dakota residents, listen up. We have a debt forgiveness program for STEM graduates working as employees of any North Dakotan companies. The program doesn't state the amount of forgiveness, but we have a link to it on the blog post. You can find that at thecollegeinvestor.com/episode 57. And if it's not directly related to engineering, but it's close. So if you work for the Specialty Equipment Market Association or any companies that are members, you can get up to $5,000 of student loan forgiveness. Given the broad nature of degree qualifications and the fact that some engineers will enter into the automotive industry, this can be a great way to receive additional loan forgiveness. The other thing to consider is that many employers these days are offering student loan repayment assistance. While the foundation and state-based debt forgiveness programs are great, you need to talk to your employer or look for employers that offer it. Many employers are basically putting together their own program similar to a 401k. However, employers will typically have certain restrictions that you must meet before debt forgiveness kicks in. For example, an employee must work a certain number of years. For example, you get a certain amount each year until your debt is paid off. Another approach is that, incentives are that you get paid monthly or you get a lump sum after 5 years. Incentives are meant to keep employees at the company longer, and that's why companies are doing it. Many debt forgiveness programs require specific degrees, schools, or employers to be eligible. So while you might not know where you'll be after graduation, planning ahead can give you a higher chance of success in being awarded money for debt forgiveness. Start researching engineering and STEM forgiveness programs that are available in the states you might want to live in. Don't just focus on engineering program. Many programs are STEM oriented, which includes engineering, but also includes science, technology, etc. So enlist your school in the search as well. Schools can be a great help with resources when it comes to helping you find student loan forgiveness programs as well. Finally, don't forget that you get public service loan forgiveness if you are an engineer in public service. It doesn't matter what you're doing in public service as long as you work for a public service employer. This can include the military, the government. It can go public health, education, etc., as long as the government is your employer or a nonprofit is your employer. Now, sadly, this does not include defense contractors because they are for-profit companies, so you will not be eligible for public service loan forgiveness if you work there. The other thing that's important to remember is that you must be an employee of these companies and not just a contractor. Finally, you do have loan forgiveness options through your through your student loan repayment plan. So if you have an income-driven repayment plan, you can still get loan forgiveness at the end of your repayment term if you have any balance remaining. Look, I understand that it sounds confusing, but it doesn't have to be. You can research a lot of these programs on the website at thecollegeinvestor.com/episode 57. And you can also learn about student loan forgiveness programs like public service loan forgiveness at studentloans.gov. But if you do want professional help, I recommend Ameritech Financial. It's a company that I have personally vetted, and they can help you navigate the student loan terrain and apply for programs that are offered by the Department of Education. If you're not sure about doing it yourself, then Ameritech can help you find the repayment solution that's right for you and potentially restructure your loan so that you can qualify for programs that you may not have otherwise qualified for. Give them a call at 866-863-3870 if you're interested. That's 866-863-3870 if you're interested and want some help with your student loan debt. All right, guys, hopefully you found that useful and interesting. And now if you are an engineering major, you know exactly the steps that you can take to get student loan forgiveness. Hopefully that helps. Let me know on the blog, thecollegeinvestor.com/episode 57, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks, guys.